Are you ready to embark on an unforgettable journey through time? A journey that will take you from the sun-soaked sands of the Nile River Delta to the bustling streets of 19th century London. This is the story of the richest empires in human history, a mesmerizing tale of wealth, ambition, and the legacy left in their wake. I promise you've never seen anything like this before. Let's start where civilization itself began, ancient Egypt. Picture this, a land bursting with natural resources thanks to the magic of the Nile River. Here, pharaohs ruled with divine authority, commanding labor forces to build the awe-inspiring pyramids. But the true treasure of ancient Egypt wasn't just its incredible architecture, it was the gold. Beneath the Egyptian soil lay one of the richest gold reserves of antiquity. Gold was not only a sign of wealth, but also a tool for power, used in trade, to fund armies, and even in religious rituals. When you hear pyramid, think of it not just as a structure, but as a golden monument to human ambition. Turning to the West, we meet one of the most influential powerhouses of the ancient world, the Roman Empire. Rome wasn't just a city, it was the heartbeat of an empire that stretched from the windswept hills of Britannia to the deserts of northern Africa. At its peak, the empire controlled over 50 million people. But where did Rome's incredible wealth come from? The answer lies in three words: trade, taxes, and conquest. Rome had a knack for absorbing the wealth of nations it conquered, funneling gold, silver, and goods back to its bustling cities. From aqueducts to the Colosseum, Rome turned its vast resources into everlasting legacies, built to withstand the test of time. A stroll through the ancient Roman Forum wasn't just a walk. It was an embodiment of unparalleled opulence. But before Rome, the lands of modern-day Iran were ruled by the Persian Empire. Remember the iconic King Cyrus and later Darius the Great? They weren't just military leaders. They were some of the best economic planners of their age. The Persian Empire's wealth wasn't just about collecting tributes. With vast and intricate road systems, such as the Royal Road, they connected trade networks stretching from India to the Mediterranean. Riches flowed into grand cities like Persepolis, cities adorned with gold, marble, and precious stones. In the Persian Empire, wealth became power, but it also became art. The ruins of Persepolis, for example, continue to tell the tale of an empire that redefined what it meant to hold influence. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, an era of castles and crusades, and we find the Byzantine Empire rising out of the ashes of Rome. Consider Constantinople, now Istanbul, a city situated at the crossroads of Europe and Asia. In the medieval world, this city was a dazzling gem, perhaps the wealthiest on earth. It thrived as a trade hub for silk, spices, and gems flowing between continents. If Rome was bread and circuses, Byzantine Constantinople was gold and grandeur. The Hagia Sophia, for instance, wasn't just a religious marvel. It was a statement of wealth, ambition, and cultural sophistication. But wait, sub-Saharan Africa also had its share of riches. Enter the Mali Empire, known globally for one of its most compelling rulers, Mansa Musa. Picture this, a king so rich that when he went on a pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324, he reportedly crashed the economy by devaluing gold in Egypt and beyond. What was the Mali Empire's secret? Simple: gold, and lots of it. Timbuktu, Mali's cultural center, became synonymous with learning, trade, and unimaginable wealth. Today, the name Timbuktu might seem mythical, but during the height of the Mali Empire, it was an economic and intellectual powerhouse. Switching gears, let's talk about the Abbasid Caliphate during the Islamic Golden Age. While we often associate wealth with gold and silver, knowledge was the prized possession here. Baghdad, the capital, became the world's intellectual epicenter. The House of Wisdom wasn't just a library, it was a repository of ideas and cultures from every corner of the known world. As trade routes crisscrossed the empire, the Abbasid Caliphate amassed incredible wealth, which funded not just armies and architecture, but a flourishing of science, art, and philosophy, unlike anything the medieval world had ever seen. Moving closer to modernity, we arrive at the Mughal Empire in India. If wealth were a painting, the Mughal Empire would be a masterpiece. Known for blending Persian culture with Indian traditions, the Mughals reached their zenith under rulers like Akbar the Great and Shah Jahan. The latter, of course, built the Taj Mahal, a breathtaking structure that is so lavish it could be considered a jewel more than a monument. The Mughals turned their immense wealth, largely earned from India's fertile lands and bustling trade, into timeless cultural achievements. Now, if you think that treasure lay only in palaces, think again. The Spanish Empire, fueled by the age of exploration, raked in unimaginable wealth from the shores of the Americas. Gold and silver poured in from mines in places like Peru and Mexico, flowing into the Spaniards' coffers back in Europe. But there's a twist. Their economic over-reliance on these riches created inflationary spirals that ultimately weakened the empire. It's one of the most astounding stories of how wealth can be both a boon and a curse. And let's not forget the empire that held the title of "The Sun Never Sets." Yes, we're talking about the British Empire, spanning continents from India to Australia, Africa, and the Americas. Its wealth was built on trade, industrial resources, and colonization. By the 19th century, the British Empire was the uncontested economic giant of the world, innovating railroad systems and industrial advancements while leaving both an enduring and controversial legacy in its global colonies. Grasping the economics behind it reveals the tangled web of power dynamics that characterized their imperial endeavors. But what does all this history mean for us today? The wealth amassed by these empires didn't just disappear. It has, in myriad ways, shaped the global landscape of power, culture, and capital. The systems of trade, governance, and even architecture they left behind ripple through the ages. Yet, it's vital to remember that such immense wealth often came at a profound human cost, through conquests, colonial exploitation, and resource hoarding. Reflecting on these empires provides invaluable lessons about ambition, ethics, and responsibility on the world stage. So there you have it. Ancient Egypt's golden treasures, Rome's imperial splendor, Persia's intricate networks, Mali's legendary rulers, the intellectual wealth of Byzantine and Abbasid cities, and the early modern empires that shaped our global history. What a span. It's easy to look back and marvel, but don't forget, this is not just a trip into the past. It's a mirror, a challenge to our modern world, asking us to think bigger and better. And who knows what historians will one day write about us. If history fascinates you as much as it does us, hit that like button, share your favorite empire in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's keep exploring the depths and heights of human achievement together.